The post that rocked the Brown dynasty. I am currently dating, and there is definitely things that I look for. Like I would love to find a man who is super purposeful. That's what Meri had to say, and those words became a match tossed into a powder keg. Because shortly thereafter, all hell broke loose. Kody Brown, outraged and caught off guard, demanded that Meri delete it. But her brutal clapback? It didn't just break the internet, it broke the silence. Meri was still savoring the last sip of her caramel-swirled latte, basking in a rare moment of clarity when her Instagram post, a sweet, thoughtful caption about boundaries, healing, and self-worth, detonated across the Sister Wives universe like a digital bomb. It had been live for only 10 minutes before her phone buzzed with the now infamous preview, "Take it down now." The sender? Kody. Her gut turned over, not with fear, but rage. The kind of rage that's experienced when a woman's finally had enough of being silenced. Sources close to the Browns indicate Kody's letter was fire and brimstone. Capital letters, exclamation marks, and the threat of family unity and legal repercussions. But the most rage-inducing part? Kody said the post portrayed him in an untrue light. Meri read it twice, then a third. And suddenly, decades of dominance, dismissal, and passive-aggressive messages flooded like a dam break. The post had told her truth, and this time, she wasn't deleting a word. So she replied, not with fury, but with poise honed to a blade. Her three-line response, honed yet lethal, concluded with a screenshot of the exact post Kody insisted she take down. A defiant wink emoji stamped at the bottom like a signed signature. The internet lost its mind. Stand tall. Meri trends within hours. That one action? A revolution. Hundreds became thousands of likes. A storm of support came pouring down as followers, particularly women over 40, ran to repost, cheer, and share their own stories of midlife transformation. The hashtags sprouted like weeds. DH stand tall Meri, Tree boundaries. Are beautiful, delete. This not Kody's own Instagram account within the space of an hour became a war zone, flooded with angry messages, clapbacks, and quote posts. All his filtered family photos ever posted now carried the fury of fans sick of the gaslighting and the favoritism. But beneath the social media storm, something far more sinister was afoot. The silent messenger who betrayed her insiders whispered it wasn't Kody who noticed the post first. No, it was a Brown sibling. A younger one. Someone still competing for his approval. Apparently, the second Meri clicked post, this sibling took a screenshot of the caption and sped it to Kody with a breathless, "Welcome, everyone. Thought you should see this." The gesture triggered a nuclear chain reaction. Kody, already paranoid about optics, blew. Pacing, phone clutched like a grenade, barking orders into the family group chat. No one talk to Meri until I handle this. The silence, weaponized. This is Kody's go-to move. Shut it down, isolate the rebel, regain control. But not this time. Meri's reply goes viral, and so does her follower. Count Meri's post wasn't simply a defiant stand. It was a manifesto, laced with phrases like, "A woman who knows her worth never bargains it away. Respect is not asked, it is earned. If he wants to pursue me, he knows where to find me." It was part love note to herself, part scathing mirror held up to Kody's worst habits. And the audience? They got it immediately. Parade magazine reposted the quote. Soap opera. Spy called her caption a sermon of self-respect. TikTok erupted with story times restaging the confrontation using coffee mugs and emoji voiceovers. Meanwhile, Meri's following increased by 50% overnight. Kody? He panicked? Rumor has it that he attempted to reach out to TLC producers, threatening to sue. There was a draft statement of damage control supposedly written and rejected 3 times before one was put out to the press, saying in bland tones, "Private family issues should be kept private." But the harm? Already done. Screenshots, sunflowers, and secret signals fans immediately began analyzing each pixel. So that coffee cup in Meri's hand? It said, "Boundaries are beautiful." That very mug appeared during a dramatic filmed scene, immediately following an explosion about money. Fans made connections in record time. And then they noticed something more. At the end of the caption, a mischievous PS. Screenshot before it disappears, friends. On purpose? You bet. Meri had advanced knowledge of what was to come. And that's when another twist emerged. A cryptic Instagram username, supposedly one of the Brown daughters, had posted a comment containing just one word. Yikes. Regret? Solidarity? A warning? Who knew? Whatever the reason, the post found its way out of the inner circle and onto Kody's phone. And now, the blaze was burning out of control. Kody's meltdown and the digital rebellion. Kody's response wasn't merely theatrical, it was eruptive. So went the rumor among insiders close to production. Kody called in the adult Brown siblings for an obligatory 9 a.m. video conference the following morning. His message, clear as day. Anyone who likes, comments, or reposts that rubbish will have to answer to me. But before he'd even clicked send on the meeting request, Meri struck again. A fresh post? No caption. Just a sunflower emoji. The fandom deciphered it immediately. Sunflower equals strength, survival, and renewal. The message couldn't be clearer. Kody's power cracks as the women rally. This is where things get crazy. Unconfirmed accounts indicate Janelle quietly liked Meri's post. And Christine double-tapped the sunflower. Robyn, zip it. And fans picked up on it. In a tribe where open disagreement means banishment, those likes weren't mere digital nods. They were acts of rebellion. Add to that the rumor of a private brunch between Janelle and Meri. No cameras, just coffee and plans, and the stakes began to rise fast. Were the sister wives forming an alliance? Could they finally pull back the curtain on the family's long-hidden dysfunction? One source claims Meri said during that brunch, "This time, I'm not deleting anything, let him come." Boundaries burn, alliances rise. The Brown Civil War starts the day after Meri's post went viral. Kody was standing in his Flagstaff kitchen, staring at his phone, temple veins throbbing. The family group chat was stonily silent, but his social media mentions were an online bonfire. Overnight, he had been transformed from revered patriarch to social media villain. And it wasn't just trolls on the internet. Longtime viewers, previously faithful to the series' pluralist cause, now inundated each entry with gaslighter in chief. Meri deserves better. This isn't love, it's control. Even tabloids began vulturing. TMZ, Radar Online, and The Sun each posted headlines such as Sister Wives Revolution, Meri rebels against Kody, ignites feminist storm. But behind the scenes, things were spinning much quicker. Robyn's dagger, the private text that altered everything. While Kody raged, Robyn was working behind the scenes, attempting to extinguish flames with gasoline. An insider leaked a purported text message Robyn sent to Meri, which said, "You know, this only causes pain. We don't need to air private matters publicly like this." But Meri, she wasn't having it. Not because she was scared, but because she was finished explaining herself. Still, that message went around in-house, screenshotted, shared. And what started as a one-on-one battle turned into an all-out internal war. Christine, when she heard about Robyn's note, reportedly rolled her eyes and said to a producer, "Pain? Meri's been living in pain for 10 years. One caption doesn't even come close." The Brown women get down to business. Christine and Janelle, now tighter than ever since their breakups with Kody, called Meri for a Zoom session the following day, according to reports. And what transpired in that hour-long exchange can be remembered as the real start of the Sister Wives revolution. Janelle broke the ice first. "You don't owe him silence anymore?" Christine replied, "You never did." Meri, who was still reeling from the wildfire she'd ignited, paused. "It's just a post." But Christine shook her head. "No, it's a mirror," and he finally had to look into it. From this moment on, an unspoken coalition was formed. 3 women finally seeing, no longer bound to the myth that being the good wife would be the key to peace. Kody's response, legal threats and emotional blackmail. Inside the family's legal group chat, once used for shared expenses and holiday coordination, Kody allegedly dropped a bomb. "If this continues, we'll need to review the non-disparagement clauses in your contracts. Translation, lawyer up. He also began reaching out to producers, demanding that Meri be edited more favorably in upcoming episodes, and that scenes showing his breakdown be contextualized. But too late. The crowd was already awake, and worse, so were the brown kids. The grown kids have their say, and Kody's horror becomes reality. That same night, Logan, previously the family's golden child and now states away, tweeted cryptically, "Truth always floats, no matter how long it's held under." In mere minutes, fans wondered, was this about Kody, about the cover-ups, the silencing? Then Gwen, Christine's feisty daughter, hit back with a TikTok where she just sipped tea, reading out one of the comments that declared, "Meri deserves to be free." She winked at the camera, no caption necessary. The younger generation, once gagged by the TLC glare, was now taking sides. And it wasn't Kodys. A secret taping leaks. "He's not the man I married." Then, just as the fires appeared to be dying down, a secret audio leak turned everything around. An undercover tipster left a voicemail on Soap Dirt, a sobbing, open Meri talking to her best friend. "He's not the man I married. He doesn't listen, doesn't care. I was invisible for years." Sharing that wasn't revenge. It was about not forgetting I am here. The recording, supposedly made several months earlier, was never intended for the public to hear. But now, it was gasoline. Fans posted it in the thousands. Comment sections filled with accounts of women who had felt invisible within their own homes. Meri was now a symbol of silent strength, of unexpected freedom, of midlife transformation. And the story was getting away from Kody. TLC's panic. Can they keep it under wraps? Behind closed doors, the executives at TLC panicked. The plan for next season had been to play it slow. Some episodes of family reconciliation, some drama over property, perhaps a new beginnings storyline for Robyn. But this was network firepower. Spin-offs were whispered about. Perhaps a Meri's Journey documentary. Christine and Janelle had already started soft launching their separate lives on social media. Now, Meri's post had finally broken down the last wall. But Kody, still in shock. He released a personal statement via his publicist. "Families are complicated. Boundaries are key. But loyalty counts too." The response from the internet? Loyalty doesn't equal silence in abuse. The hidden clause in Meri's TLC contract. A further revelation soon surfaced, one that surprised fans and insiders alike. A former TLC employee spilled the beans that Meri had renegotiated her contract prior to the final season airing, which included a freedom clause, one where she could share her personal healing process on social media without TLC approval, if it didn't name or defame cast members outright. The sunflower post? Legal as a sunny day. Targeted as a shot that hits its mark. Devastating as a razor-sharp whip. Kody had no case. And Meri? She knew it all along. That wink face emoji on the end of this post? Not sass. Strategy. Robyn strikes back. Secrets, spite, and the Sister Wives Summit. The dust had hardly settled on Meri's viral post when Robyn Brown, the erstwhile demure last wife standing, felt it was time to be quiet no more. Behind that put-together smile and weepy-eyed cam presence was a woman plotting. The silent wife's rage. Robyn's inner circle leaks. 3 days after Meri's post detonated across the internet, Robyn quietly summoned her inner circle. No producers, no cameras, just her mother, her 2 eldest daughters, and a longtime family friend from Utah, someone Kody used to call neutral territory. Inside her Flagstaff living room, she reportedly said, "I've spent years being quiet, years protecting his name, but now, I'm in the middle of everything now. I won't let them retell the story." She grabbed for her laptop and opened a file marked Receipts. Yes, she had stored it. Screenshots, voicemails, even drafts of their early Flagstaff years contracts. Some fans had teased that she was Kody's favorite wife. Now it was beginning to look as if she was also his unofficial fixer. The Brown family summit, an explosive intervention. What came next shocked even the most veteran TLC sources. Robyn insisted on what she termed a Brown family summit. Not scripted, not filmed, just the grown-ups. No producers were extended an invitation. But naturally, someone videotaped it. And that video, it was the whole package. The sisters came separately. Christine first, followed by Janelle, and then Meri, wearing a loud yellow scarf that virtually shouted sunflower energy. Kody was already striding back and forth when they arrived. Jaw clenched, fists balled. The first 10 minutes were a charged blur of silence, clearing of throats, and lukewarm hellos. Then Robyn got up. This isn't about one post. It's about years of blame. I'm sick of being the victim because I stayed. Christine retorted right away. You didn't merely stay, Robyn. You gained. We all noticed. Meri remained silent, observing, listening, computing. And Janelle, who had never been a drama queen, got right to the point. Did you or did you not ask Kody to delineate between legal and religious marriages when you arrived? Silence. Then Robyn nodded. I did. Because I wanted to protect my children and the family. Meri whispered, more or less to herself. And what about defending the wives already in residence? The turning point? Kody's tantrum, Meri's masterstroke. At that, Kody lost it. I gave everything to this family. You all turned on me. Robyn's the only one who remained. But Janelle was having none of it. Remaining isn't equal to loving, Kody. Some of us left because we lastly loved ourselves more. The room was quiet. Then Meri did something nobody anticipated. She pushed a printed version of her viral Instagram post down the table, stared Kody dead in the face, and said, I was invisible to you for 10 years. I made myself visible. That's not betrayal. That's survival. Robyn grabbed for it, nearly shaking. But Meri pulled it back. Number, you don't get to spin this. For the first time in more than a decade, Meri was in charge. And everyone in the room knew it. Behind the scenes, TLC prepares a spinoff. As word of the summit broke, TLC executives rushed to contain the disaster. At first, they worried the show was falling apart. But when they saw the level of investment that the fans had in the unfiltered reality, they changed course. A producer suggested a radical idea. What if we let the women speak for themselves? Unedited, the room went cold. Unprecedented, no Kody voiceover, no staged edits. Just Meri, Christine, Janelle, raw, furious, truthful. Within 48 hours, contracts had been written for a 3-part docuseries provisionally titled Sister Wives, The Women Speak. Meri's viral post would be the opening salvo. Kody and Robyn's fallout, trust fractures. Back in Flagstaff, things were getting nasty. Kody, shaken by the summit, started to distance himself from even Robyn. I thought you had my back, he reportedly told her in a kitchen fight. I did, Robyn bristled, but I'm not going down for your decisions anymore. For years, Robyn had played the loyal ally, but now that loyalty was a liability. Public sentiment had turned, and even her name was trending on social media. She had to protect her brand, even if it meant stepping out of Kody's shadow. Meri receives an offer, a book deal that might break the internet. While the family self-destructed, a New York publishing house approached Meri. The deal? A 7-figure advance, creative control, a title that would be a testament, becoming visible, my life behind the curtain of polygamy. Meri was speechless, but she did not refuse. And that night, she posted a new story on Instagram. I found my voice, I'm not giving it back. With the caption, Reclaiming My Narrative, Christine and Janelle. Launch a podcast inspired by Meri's bravery. And tired of waiting for TLC to catch up? Christine and Janelle quietly recorded the pilot episode of their new podcast, Sister Resisters. The first episode? Why we stayed, why we left, and what Robyn still doesn't understand. It was real, raw, emotional, and shot through with humor. People think we're bitter, Janelle replied. We're not. We're just awake now. And once you're awake, Christine contributed, you can't go back to sleep. The show hadn't yet premiered, and already teaser trailers were going viral on TikTok and Instagram Reels. Robyn's last stand, the Whisper campaign. But Robyn wasn't finished. In a desperate attempt to change the narrative, She reportedly started calling up old family friends and previous producers, promising them exclusive interviews, but only if they did one thing: help them get it about what Kody and I attempted to do. She positioned herself as the misunderstood anchor, the devoted wife who had attempted to keep a broken family intact. But the public wasn't convinced. Fan backlash was intense. Trying to fix it? Or just angry she lost control? The hidden divorce, bombshell, and the tell-all that TLC tried to suppress the calm before the storm was short-lived. Just when fans believed they had witnessed all there was to witness, from Meri's viral defiance to Robyn's rebellious summit, appeared a sealed Arizona divorce record. It wasn't Christine's, it wasn't Janelle's, and it was certainly not Meri's. This time, the headlines bellowed one name: Robyn Brown. The leak: Robyn and Kodys' secret filing. It started with a late-night Reddit rumination by a user who wouldn't reveal their identity, describing themselves as having access to publicly filed courts in Coconino County. One paper in particular caught everyone's attention: Petition for Legal Dissolution, filed by Robyn Brown against Kody Brown, dated January 12th, 2024. Wait, what? Robyn, who had built her reputation on unity and loyalty, filed for separation. And no one was the wiser? The subreddit blew up. People commented galore. Screenshots ricocheted on Instagram. Even the tabloids got in on the action. In under 48 hours, TMZ published a piece with the heading, Robyn Brown files for divorce, the sister wives bombshell no one saw coming. But more was to come. As reported by court sources, the petition was removed weeks later without fanfare, which begged the question, why submit at all? And why make it a secret? TLC's internal panic, the lost tell-all segment. Back in TLC headquarters, the leak rocked production. There had been rumors of a tell-all segment never seen, a segment where Robyn cried, sobbing, and threatened to reconsider everything. Now it was fans who were piecing it together. That video, recorded shortly after the Coyote Pass debacle, was allegedly edited at the 11th hour for emotional sensitivity. But a source close to the crew tells us she told him she felt betrayed, that Kody had changed, and that if she had an inkling this is how it would all go down, she might have made a different decision. The irony? Robyn wasn't the bad guy at that point. She was the victim. And TLC buried it. Christine responds. A message heard around the world. Christine Brown didn't remain silent for long. She went live on Instagram the following morning, serene and unruffled, with a message which gave shivers to fans. I always said the truth would rise. Sometimes it takes time. But you can't hide forever, not from yourself, and certainly not from your past. Her words weren't seething with anger. They were incisive, keen, pinpoint, and effectively devastating. The fans swarmed the chat. She's radiant and dropping bombs. Christine doesn't even need receipts. She is the receipt. Robyn better buckle up. Meri drops a podcast bomb of her own. The momentum didn't let up. Days following Christine's viral moment, Meri dropped a teaser for her own podcast, Unsistered. In the 90-second teaser, Meri was alone in a candlelit room, reading an excerpt from a letter she wrote but never sent. I was faithful. I was quiet. I was obedient. And you made me feel like a ghost in my own life. Then she looked up and uttered, I don't want pity. I desire truth. Boom. Within 24 hours, the hashtag Unsistered went viral globally. Sponsors began queuing up. TLC producers were quiet. Janelle's revelation, Kody's secret clause. Not to be overshadowed, Janelle did an onstage panel with Christine, and that is when she shared the ultimate Kody truth bomb. In response to being questioned about never having legally wed Kody, she paused, then replied, there was always a clause. Unspoken, but real. Robyn earned the legal wife crown, but with one condition. No other woman would. Christine blinked in shock. Wait, he told you that? Not exactly, but by actions, yes. It was how he was guarding Robyn's position. The rest of us? Side agreements. It wasn't simply a comment. It was a redefinition of the whole Brown family structure. Kody's counterattack, The Facebook livestream, meltdown cornered, exposed, losing public favor. Kody did what Kody is best at, ranting. He went live on Facebook unexpectedly, pacing before a fireplace, clearly upset. I'm not the villain. I gave my life to these women, and now they want to play victim and make money off of my name? He accused TLC of manipulative editing, the wives of orchestrating a takedown, and even hinted at legal action. If Meri wants to publish a book, she better make sure her facts are clean. Same with Christine and Janelle. I'm done being silent. But the comments weren't on his side. Sir, your silence wasn't the problem. It's giving narcissist energy. Where was that energy when Christine left you? He cut off the stream mid-torment after only 17 minutes. The power shift. Fans choose their queens. What was made obvious in the days ahead was this. The power dynamic had officially shifted. Christine, Janelle, and Meri, once supporting players in Kody and Robyn's romance, were now the franchise's leading voices. And Robyn, she was no longer the dutiful favorite. She was a woman in the crosshairs, holding on to a story that no longer worked for her. Worst of all, she was beginning to look like she understood it was over. Final scene. A knock on Robyn's door. In the final seconds of this chapter, a source very close to the Brown family told us a haunting tidbit. Robyn hadn't been seen outside for 2 days. Then, late one night, a process server knocked on her door. Others claim it was from TLC, an ultimatum to show up at the upcoming tell-all or face being edited off the franchise completely. Others say it was a second divorce suit, this one from Kody. Either way, the last curtain was falling. Robyn sat alone, the hush of her Flagstaff mansion interrupted only by the knock that changed everything. Whether it was a court summons, a contract breakup, or Kody's ultimate betrayal, nobody's quite sure. But one thing is certain, the sister wives dynasty will never be the same again. This family's drama is far from over. So smash like if you're GH Team Wives, subscribe for the next explosive update, and drop a comment below. Who do you think will win? Stay shady, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next scandal. Behind TLC Sister Wives out.